Hey, 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 English learners! Welcome to the Easy English Podcast from English Life Channel, your comfortable place to learn English through real, daily life conversations. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alex. Sarah, can I ask you something a little uncomfortable?
Of course. What is it?
Yesterday, I went to a professional development workshop at work. At the end, the trainer gave everyone a small card and asked us to write where we wanted to be in 5 years.
And that question made you uncomfortable?
Not at first. Then everyone around me started writing immediately. One person wrote, Senior Manager. Someone else wrote, Living Abroad. Another person wrote, Running my own business.
And you had nothing?
Nothing. I stared at the card, looked at everyone else and thought, maybe everyone has a clear life plan except me.
What did you finally write?
One word.
Which word?
Successful.
That is a very big word.
Too big. I looked at it for 10 seconds and crossed it out.
Why?
Because it did not tell me anything. Successful in what way? More money? A better title? A quieter life? More freedom? I could not explain it.
So what did you do?
I folded the card and put it in my pocket.
Were you embarrassed?
A little. Actually, more than a little. I worried that the blank card said something bad about me.
Like what?
Like I had no direction. Like I was wasting time.
That is exactly the moment when one useful sentence can help.
What could I have said?
I'm still figuring out the details, but I know I'd like to.
So instead of ending with, I don't know, I continue with the direction I do know.
Right. You do not need the complete answer yet. You only need one honest direction.
I wish I had used that sentence yesterday.
What direction could you have added?
I'm still figuring out the details, but I know I'd like to do more creative work.
Good. Now tell me what happened next.
The trainer noticed my card was blank. She walked over and asked if I was stuck.
What did you tell her?
I said, I'm not sure what my long-term goal is. I expected another serious question, like, what is your 5-year strategy?
That would not help someone who is already stuck.
Right. Instead, she asked, what would you like an ordinary Tuesday to feel like 5 years from now?
That is a much more human question.
Completely. I did not have to imagine a perfect title. I only had to imagine a normal day.
What did your Tuesday look like?
I said, I'd like to do more creative work. I'd like to finish work without feeling exhausted, and I'd like to have enough time and energy to eat dinner with my family.
That sounds like a real direction.
She said the same thing. She told me, you may not know the exact job yet, but you know what kind of life you want to build.
How did that make you feel?
Relieved. My future was still uncertain, but it was not empty.
That difference matters. Not knowing every detail does not mean you have no goals.
Whenever someone asks, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I feel as if I need to give a perfect answer.
A lot of people do. They think a life goal must sound impressive, permanent, and completely organized.
And if your answer changes later, people may think you failed.
I do not agree with that.
You do not?
No, I think changing an answer after learning more about yourself can be a sign of growth, not failure.
I understand that logically. Emotionally, it still feels difficult.
Fair point. We will come back to that, because I have changed one of my own goals.
Now you have created a mystery.
A small one. First, let us improve the answer you gave at the workshop.
All right.
Start with your uncertainty.
I'm still figuring out exactly where I want to be in 5 years.
Then give your direction.
But I'd like to move toward work that allows me to solve problems creatively.
Add why it matters.
That matters to me because I feel more engaged when I can create something or improve an idea.
And what are you doing now?
Right now, I'm volunteering for projects where I can practice those skills.
There you go. That is a complete answer.
And I did not promise that I would become a senior manager, move abroad, and build a company by Thursday.
By Thursday would be ambitious.
I might manage to clean my desk by Thursday.
That can be your short-term goal.
So the answer has 4 possible parts: uncertainty, direction, personal meaning, and present action.
Yes, you do not need all 4 every time. In a casual conversation, 2 parts may be enough. In a job interview or a deeper conversation, you can add more detail.
Let our listeners try a short version.
Think of one area of your future: work, health, family, education, money, home, relationships, or daily life.
Begin with, I'm still figuring out the details, but I know I'd like to.
Then add one direction. For example, I'm still figuring out the details, but I know I'd like to build a calmer daily life.
And one action. Right now, I'm changing my schedule and protecting more personal time.
That is enough for now. We do not need to turn your whole future into a speech.
Thank you. My future was beginning to feel like homework.
It should feel like a conversation.
I think I am going to unfold that card when I get home.
What will you write this time?
More creative work, fewer exhausted evenings, and more time with family.
Personal and clear.
But now I have another problem.
Of course you do.
Is that a dream, a goal, a plan, or a priority? People use those words all the time, but I am not sure they mean the same thing.
They are connected, but they are not identical.
Which one is the biggest?
It is not about size. It is about commitment and action.
Give me an example.
Tell me something you would love to do someday.
I would love to publish a book.
Have you decided when?
No.
Have you started writing it?
Also no.
Then it is a dream.
You said that very quickly.
Because your evidence was very clear.
A dream is something meaningful that I would love to do, but it may not have a time or a method.
Correct. Now turn it into a goal.
My goal is to finish the first chapter this year.
Good. A goal names a result you intend to work toward.
And the plan is how I will do it. I plan to write for 30 minutes every Saturday morning.
Exactly.
What about a priority?
A priority is what receives your attention now. You may have 10 goals, but only a few can be real priorities at the same time.
That is disappointing. I wanted everything to be my priority.
Then nothing would receive enough attention.
So publishing a book could be my dream. Finishing one chapter could be my goal. Writing every Saturday could be my plan. And protecting Saturday morning could be my priority.
Perfect. One idea can move through all 4 levels.
Can we use a more delicious example?
You mean food.
I mean opportunity.
Fine. Imagine someone dreams of opening a bakery.
I support this person already.
The dream is, I would love to own a bakery someday. The goal is, I want to open a small bakery within 3 years.
The plan includes learning about business, testing recipes, and finding a location.
And the current priority may be saving money.
That makes it clear. A dream can become a goal, and a goal becomes more practical when it has a plan.
And a priority tells you which part deserves your attention now.
Good. Now I can finally see the difference.
You were not going to let me give you a third example.
The bakery has already done excellent work.
Fair enough.
Before we leave those 4 words, can we hear them in a normal conversation?
All right. Imagine a friend tells you, I really want to feel healthier this year.
I might ask, is that a general wish, or have you chosen a specific goal?
The friend says, my goal is to have more energy and sleep better.
What could make it clearer?
My goal is to walk for 30 minutes 4 times a week and go to bed before 11 on work nights.
Now the result is connected to behavior. Then I could ask, what is your plan?
And the friend might say, I'll walk after dinner and I'll turn off my phone 30 minutes before bed.
What is the priority?
My priority this month is building a regular sleep schedule. because I know everything feels harder when I'm exhausted.
That sounds like a real health goal, not a perfect transformation story.
A life goal can be quiet and practical. It does not need to impress anyone.
Some people may simply want more energy, better family time, or a calmer week.
Those goals are just as real.
There is one more thing that confuses me. Sometimes I want to sounds too weak, but I will sounds too certain.
Then we need language that shows different levels of certainty.
Are you about to give me a long list?
I had 4 phrases prepared.
4 is acceptable. 5 would be suspicious.
Let us see how they sound inside a real goal. Do you have one?
Actually, yes. I want to create a photography project about people in my neighborhood.
You have never told me that.
Because I usually call it something I might do someday.
Have you started?
A little.
What does a little mean?
I took 6 photographs last month.
Alex, that means you have started.
I suppose it does.
What is the project about?
People who quietly keep the neighborhood running. The baker who starts work before sunrise. The bus driver who knows everyone's stop. The woman who repairs clothes near the market. And the man who fixes shoes in a tiny shop.
That is a thoughtful idea.
I am afraid to call it a real goal. Once I say it aloud, it feels possible to fail.
I understand. Let us use the certainty language without pretending you know the final result.
All right.
The gentlest version is, I'd like to create a neighborhood photo essay.
That expresses interest.
Yes. Next, I hope to complete it this year.
A desired result, but not a promise.
Then, I'm planning to take 2 portraits every weekend.
That sounds more definite because there is an action.
And the strongest version is, I'm committed to finishing the project, even if I need to adjust the deadline.
I like that the commitment is strong, but the deadline can still change.
Real plans sometimes need adjustment. Which sentence feels honest for you now?
I hope to complete a neighborhood photo essay this year. I'm planning to take portraits on weekends.
Add what you have already done.
I have 6 photographs so far, and I'm currently writing short notes about each person.
Now it sounds like something you are building, not only imagining.
That reaction is better than excellent.
Are you criticizing my teaching style?
Mildly.
Fair. Continue your answer.
The project matters to me because these people are part of everyday life, but we often know very little about them.
That is memorable because the goal has personal meaning.
I could also say, I'm working toward completing a neighborhood photo essay.
Yes, working toward means you are making progress, even though the result is not complete.
And taking steps toward means the same thing?
Similar, but taking steps toward often emphasizes specific actions. For example, I'm taking steps toward changing careers by completing an online qualification.
Let me ask you something. Is stronger language always better?
No, honest language is better. Saying, I'm committed to, when you have not started, can sound impressive, but it may not sound believable.
So confidence comes from accuracy, not dramatic words.
Exactly.
There it is.
What?
Exactly.
I will try to reduce it.
Do not remove it completely. It is part of you.
Thank you, I think.
Can our listeners practice?
Yes, but briefly. Choose one real future idea and say, I hope to, then add, right now, I'm working toward it by
For example, I hope to become more financially independent. Right now, I'm working toward it by saving a fixed amount each month.
Or, I hope to change careers. Right now, I'm taking steps toward it by studying online.
Those 2 examples make the pattern easy to use.
Yes, but the language becomes more difficult when someone else thinks your priority should be different.
What happens then?
Sometimes it begins with a very simple family question.
You sound as if you have a story.
I do. It began at dinner with one relative and one strong expectation.
What happened?
Last month, I had dinner with some relatives. It was a normal evening at first. We talked about food, work, and who had arrived late.
There is always one person who arrives late.
In my family, there are 3.
That sounds efficient.
After dinner, one of my relatives asked, "So, Sarah, when are you going to buy a house?"
Direct.
Very direct. And she did not ask whether I wanted to buy one. She asked when.
So the question already contained an expectation.
Yes. For a moment, I felt as if I were late for an appointment that everyone else understood.
What did you say?
I almost gave a quick answer just to end the conversation. Something like, maybe next year.
Even though that was not true?
Even though I had no such plan. I picked up my spoon, put it down again, and thought, why am I trying to give the answer she wants?
What did you finally say?
Buying a house is not my main priority right now. At the moment, I'm focusing on making my finances more secure and developing my professional skills.
That sounds calm. Did it feel calm?
My voice was calm. Inside, I was still questioning myself.
How did she react?
She looked surprised, but not offended. Then she asked whether I wanted to own a home eventually.
And do you?
Maybe. I said, I'm open to it in the future, but I don't want to rush into it just because other people expect it.
You did not reject the idea forever. You explained your priority now.
Right, not now does not always mean never.
That is useful for questions about marriage, children, housing, money, or career.
Yes, but let me add something important. You do not always owe someone a detailed answer.
I agree, although English learners sometimes want a polite sentence that protects their privacy.
Good point. You can say, I haven't made any plans about that, and I'd rather keep it private for now.
Clear without being rude.
Or, if you want to share a little more, I may consider it in the future, but it is not one of my priorities at the moment.
I like at the moment. It leaves room for change.
For now works in the same way. For now, I'm focusing on my health. For now, I'd like to stay in my current city.
Let me try a difficult one. Someone asks, when will you leave your current job and find something better?
That question assumes your current job is not good enough.
I could say, I'm thinking about my next step, but changing jobs is not my main priority right now. For now, I'm building experience and deciding what kind of role would suit me.
That tells me what you are doing without accepting the other person's judgment.
Better than a simple, good.
You are enjoying this.
A little.
Here is the structure. Acknowledge the question, state your current priority, and mention future openness only if it is true.
So, I understand why you're asking. Right now, I'm focusing on completing my studies. I may consider moving abroad later, but I have not made that decision yet.
Natural and respectful.
That structure should be printed on family dinner menus.
Beside the dessert section,
Chocolate cake, fruit salad, and respectful boundaries.
I would order all 3.
Sarah, when your relative asked that question, did you compare yourself with other people in the family?
For a moment, yes. Someone else buys a home, gets promoted, starts a family, or moves abroad, and suddenly we feel that we should want the same thing at the same time.
That is the problem with borrowed timelines.
Borrowed timelines?
I mean, living according to the schedule other people think is correct.
I like that phrase. I was going to explain the idea, but you named it better.
I have learned from the best.
Careful, that sounds like teacher praise.
Then I learned from someone standing nearby.
Much better.
You still owe me the story about the goal you changed.
I know, and I will tell you. But first, the decision you are facing shows why uncertainty can be honest.
You mean Westbridge?
I do. A life goal is personal, but sometimes 2 personal goals can conflict with each other. Are you thinking about the job in Westbridge?
I am.
You have not told me much about it.
It is a specialist role, a job that needs particular skills, with a company I respect. The work would be more challenging, and I would probably learn a lot.
That sounds connected to your career goal.
It is, but Westbridge is almost 4 hours away from my parents.
And you see them often.
Most weekends. My father has been recovering from surgery. He is doing better, but I still want to be nearby.
So the choice is not a good job versus a bad job.
No, it is one good future against another good future.
That makes decisions much harder.
Last Sunday, I was on the train home after visiting my parents. I opened the job advertisement on my phone. I read it again, saved it, and then closed the application page.
What were you thinking?
If I stay, maybe I am limiting my career. If I leave, maybe I am choosing work over my family.
You turned both choices into accusations.
I did. Whichever option I imagined, I made myself feel guilty.
Have you made a decision?
Not yet. And I used to feel embarrassed saying that. I thought I needed to tell people, yes, I'm moving, or no, I'm staying.
But you are weighing your options.
That phrase has helped me. I'm weighing my options means I am carefully comparing the advantages and disadvantages.
I understand it, but it can sound slightly formal.
I disagree. I hear people use it in normal conversation.
Maybe in serious conversations.
This is a serious decision.
Fair. Then I will accept it.
Thank you for approving my own phrase.
I walked into that one.
I also say, I'm trying to balance my career goals with my family responsibilities.
Responsibilities may be difficult for some learners. It means the people or duties you need to care for.
Right. Both sides matter. Career growth matters, and being near my family matters.
What do you say when someone asks about the job now?
I'm interested in the role, but I haven't decided whether moving to another city is right for me. I'm weighing my options and talking with my family before I apply.
That tells me you are undecided, but not passive.
Exactly. Sorry, your word.
You may borrow it.
The key idea is that confidence is not the same as certainty.
Say more.
I can speak confidently about an unresolved decision. I do not need to pretend the decision is final.
That is one of the most useful ideas in this episode.
Someone might be choosing between 2 courses, 2 cities, 2 careers, or 2 ways of living.
They can say, I haven't made a final decision yet. I'm weighing my options because both choices are important to me.
Or, I'm trying to balance my professional goals with my responsibilities at home.
What about I'm keeping my options open?
I use that phrase, but sometimes it sounds evasive.
That was going to be my criticism.
Then we agree on the risk, even if we use the phrase differently.
That sounds fair.
The phrase is fine if you explain what you are doing. I'm keeping my options open while I learn more about the role, and I plan to decide by the end of the month.
Adding a time frame makes the answer sound thoughtful.
Yes, it shows I am gathering information, not avoiding the decision forever.
The difference is simple. I'm weighing my options emphasizes comparison.
I'm keeping my options open emphasizes flexibility.
And I'm trying to balance 2 priorities emphasizes the conflict between important areas of life.
Let me show you how I would actually say all of that to someone.
Go ahead.
One of my long-term goals is to develop specialized skills and take on more challenging work. I'm considering a role in another city, but moving would take me farther from my family. I'm weighing my options and discussing the decision with them. I hope to make a choice within the next few weeks.
That answer has honesty, direction, conflict, current action, and a time frame.
It also admits that the choice is difficult.
Honest complexity often makes a conversation more meaningful.
Can we give our listeners a shorter version?
Yes. I haven't decided yet. I'm weighing my options because both choices matter to me.
That sentence can save someone from giving a false yes or no.
And it keeps the conversation open.
Sarah, earlier you said that you had changed one of your own goals.
I did.
You have avoided that mystery for long enough.
Fair. For several years, I thought I wanted to become a department manager.
What changed?
A small experience at work showed me that I might want a different direction.
Tell me the story.
Our team hired several new employees, and my manager asked me to help with their training for 2 weeks.
Was that part of your usual job?
Not really. I knew the work well, but I had never formally taught it to anyone.
Were you nervous?
Very. On the first morning, I had a notebook full of instructions. I planned to explain everything perfectly.
That sounds dangerous.
It was. After 10 minutes, everyone looked confused. One person was staring at the screen. Another was looking at my notes as if they were written in code.
That is the moment when a trainer starts questioning every life choice.
I certainly questioned my preparation. During the break, one new colleague quietly told me, "I understand each sentence, but I don't understand how the steps connect."
That was useful feedback.
Very useful and slightly painful. I had been so focused on proving that I knew the process that I had forgotten to help them see the process.
So the problem was not your knowledge, it was the way you were organizing it.
Right, I had prepared a complete explanation, but they needed a clear starting point.
What did you do?
I stopped, closed my notebook, and asked, "Which part feels unclear?"
That probably changed the atmosphere.
It did. We slowed down, used real examples, and practiced one task at a time. By the end of the session, people were asking questions instead of pretending to understand.
That is already a success.
At the end of the week, one colleague said, "You made something difficult feel manageable."
I understand why you remembered that.
That evening, I opened my professional development notebook. At the top of one page, I had written, "Become a department manager."
And it no longer felt right?
The title itself did not interest me as much as I thought. What interested me was helping people learn, explaining ideas clearly, and creating a supportive environment.
Did you feel excited or disappointed?
Both. Excited because I had discovered something important. Disappointed because I had spent years telling people I wanted management.
So changing the goal felt like admitting you had been wrong.
Yes, that is why I disagree when people say changing direction always feels positive. Sometimes it feels like losing part of your identity.
I agree with that. Even a good change can include grief.
Exactly.
You are allowed that one.
Thank you.
How do you explain the change now?
I say I originally planned to move into general management, but training new colleagues changed my perspective. I'm currently exploring roles in learning and development.
Changed my perspective means the experience made you see the situation differently.
Right. I can also say my goals have evolved as I've gained more experience.
Evolved means they developed gradually.
Or I realized that a different path suits my strengths better.
Does that mean the old goal was a mistake?
Not necessarily. The old goal helped me notice what I did and did not enjoy. It was part of the process.
So changing direction is not always quitting.
Sometimes it is responding to new information.
That sounds responsible.
And more honest than protecting an old goal only because you announced it publicly.
That is difficult. Once you tell people your plan, you feel pressure to stay consistent.
But consistency is not useful when the direction no longer fits.
Let our listeners practice one sentence for a changing goal.
I originally planned to English, but my priorities changed when in.
Or, my goals have evolved as I've gained more experience.
Use the first sentence for a specific turning point. Use the second when the change was gradual.
I have a follow-up question for you. What are you doing toward the new direction now?
I'm taking a short course, asking to help with more training sessions, and speaking with people who work in learning and development.
That answer proves the change is active, not only an idea.
And this language is useful in job interviews too.
Let us test it. You be the interviewer.
All right. Alex, where would you like your career to be in the next 3 to 5 years?
My first instinct is to say, I want a better job.
Honest, but an interviewer would probably want more direction.
Let me try again. Over the next few years, I aim to move into work that combines problem solving with creative projects.
That sounds purposeful without promising too much.
Is I aim to mainly professional?
It is especially useful in professional conversations. It shows clear intention without claiming that the future is guaranteed.
Continue the interview.
What are you doing now to move toward that goal?
I'm volunteering for cross-team projects, improving my presentation skills, and completing a photography project that helps me practice planning and communication.
Why is that direction important to you?
I do my best work when I can understand a problem, develop an idea, and make something useful. I also want a career that leaves enough energy for my family and personal interests.
That is strong because the answer connects ambition with values.
Would mentioning family make me sound less committed to work?
Not if you frame it carefully. You could say, I want to grow professionally in a way that I can sustain over the long term.
What if the interviewer asks, are you certain this is the right career path?
You could say, I'm confident about the kind of work I want to do, although I'm still open to learning which role fits those strengths best.
That is confidence without false certainty again.
Yes, the same communication skill works in a personal conversation and a professional interview.
The answer changes with the situation.
Right. With a close friend, you can discuss doubts and emotions. In an interview, you keep the answer focused on direction, skills, action, and professional value. Good follow-up questions often create better conversations than perfect first answers.
Then, we should teach a few.
Here is the first follow-up. What led you to that goal?
That asks about the story behind it.
The second is, what are you doing toward it now?
That asks about present action.
And the third is, has that always been your goal?
That invites the person to talk about change.
We do not need to ask all three like an interviewer.
Please do not meet an old friend and say, Question 1.
Choose the question that connects naturally to what the person just said.
Show me how those questions would sound with an old friend. Imagine we meet at a reunion.
All right.
Sarah, it has been years. What are you working toward these days?
Professionally, I'm aiming to move into learning and development. I discovered that I enjoy training people, so I'm taking a course and looking for more experience.
Has that always been your goal?
No. I originally wanted to become a department manager, but my priorities changed after I trained several new colleagues.
What do you like about the new direction?
I like making complicated information easier to understand. In the long run, I'd like to design training that helps people feel more confident at work.
That sounded like a real conversation, not a list of vocabulary.
Because every question responded to the previous answer.
Now ask me about photography.
Alex, how is your neighborhood project going?
It is still in the early stages, but I'm making progress. I have 6 portraits, and I'm planning 2 more this weekend.
What led you to that idea?
I realize that I see these people every day, but I know very little about their lives. I want the project to help neighbors notice one another.
That answer is stronger than simply saying you like photography.
The meaning makes the goal memorable.
There is one last skill we should practice: repairing an answer that is too broad.
I suspect I will be the person with the bad answer.
Naturally.
My goal is to be successful and happy.
Honest, but unclear. What would success look like in an ordinary week?
I would do meaningful creative work and still have time for my family.
Why does that matter?
Because I do not want professional progress to cost me all my energy.
What are you doing now?
I'm volunteering for creative projects at work and completing my neighborhood photo essay.
How certain are you about the exact career?
I'm still exploring the exact path, so I'm keeping my options open while I gain experience.
Now the answer sounds personal, active, and honest.
and it started with a weak sentence.
That is useful to remember. You do not need to produce a perfect answer immediately. Begin simply, then add one clearer detail.
Let us give our listeners 30 seconds.
Think of one direction you want your life to take.
Say, one direction I'd like my life to take is.
Add your reason. This matters to me because.
Add your action. My next step is.
And if the future is uncertain, say so honestly. I'm still figuring out the details, but.
Here is the comment format. One direction I want is. My next step is.
Two short sentences are enough.
Before we return to my card, let us say one complete answer together.
Listen once first. I'm still figuring out the details, but I know I'd like to build a healthier balance between meaningful work and family time.
Now the reason, this matters to me because I want to make progress without feeling exhausted all the time.
And the action. My next step is to complete one creative project and learn what kind of work gives me energy.
Now say the full answer in your own voice. You can change the goal, the reason, and the action so they fit your life.
Do not worry about copying every word. Keep the structure and make the meaning personal.
Sarah, I think I am ready to unfold the card now.
What will you write?
I want to build a life with meaningful creative work, enough time for my family, and the freedom to keep learning.
And underneath?
My next step is to finish the neighborhood photography project.
One direction and one present step.
No perfect prediction.
No borrowed timeline.
And no pretending that every decision has already been made.
Share your 2 sentences in the comments. We would love to read the direction you are choosing and the step you are taking.
If this conversation helped you, please like the video and subscribe to English Life channel for more practical English conversations.
Thank you for learning and practicing with us today.
Keep speaking, keep growing, and remember that progress matters more than perfection.
Your card does not need to hold your entire future. One honest direction is enough for today.